Okay, guys, I wanted to go over the C6's switchable exhaust not working regularly. It's kind of working intermittently. So this is a 2008, and it's a low mileage car, under 40,000. But the switchable exhaust has been very cool. I like it, and I didn't even know it existed. But I bought the car just a few months ago. My switchable exhaust has been quirky lately, so I thought it was a low battery in the remote. So I immediately decided to switch that out. I'll put a link down below to the battery. It's just a little tiny oddball battery, and it looks like a AAA, but even smaller. So I'll put a link down below to that. And so I did replace the battery, and the remote light, as you can see, lights up. It did light up before, so I threw the other battery away thinking I fixed it, and lo and behold, it's still a little bit intermittent. So I'm thinking it's the solenoid. What I've noticed is nobody seems to mention how to get the solenoid out. So I'm going to show you what's going on here. The solenoid sits, I'll get rid of the remote here. Solenoid sits behind the passenger tail lights, as you can see where we're at. So they have long enough leads on there that if you take the top screw out, there's one screw. I don't think these are factory screws, but mine were missing when I got the car, actually. One screw up top that goes into a little tab at the top of the lens, and that's all that holds it in. It cantilevers like hooks down over here, so you got to kind of cantilever it out. And when you put it in, it's a snug fit, so just take your time and shimmy it out. It's probably not a bad idea to clean this first, but I didn't get a chance to do that. But the leads are long enough that I was able to sit both of the lights on a bucket here. These are, I think, aftermarket LED lights anyway, came with it. So what's going on is you need to dig down in here, and you'll see the solenoid sitting. I'm going to point to it with, let me get a pointer for you guys. Let's see here. All right, I'll just use this trim removal tool. These plastic trim removal tools are handy. So, all right, we're going to go inside the tunnel here. There's some light. Hopefully you can see this. Okay, all right, you see the solenoid is sitting behind this dust cover. So this is like a pseudo cardboardy plastic kind of wimpy dust cover, but I do want to keep everything factory and intact. And you can see, if this focuses on this side, there's a like clip nut thing. So this is the only side that comes off. So I gently used the tool in my hand. It had finer forks on it on the other side to pull up on this push pin. It's just a soft plastic push pin right here. And as I got underneath it, I was able to get the larger tool in here. So I'm going to pull this plastic push pin. I hope this is focusing. I can't tell if it is or isn't because my eyes don't focus. But you get the idea. So the solenoid is under this cover. We're behind the rear tail lights, as you know, on the passenger side. So I'm going to do a part 2 on this and tell you, it most often is this solenoid, because mine does work. And it'll work for 10, 20 minutes. So it's not a vacuum thing at all. It just kind of sporadically turns itself off and on. And when I hit the button, it doesn't do what I tell it to do every time. So I'm assuming in solenoid is tired. And it's an '08, and it's been sitting for a long time. And the solenoid, I'll also put a link down below. It's about $60, call it, to replace this solenoid, but I'm going to get mine out and do some testing on it. I'll do a part 2 video shortly. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to shoot a little WD-40 down in here and then just pull this push pin, because I don't want to rip that push pin's head off. I want to make it easier to pull out. All right, so that's what I'm going to do. And once I get it up on the bench, I'll show you what I'm doing. Actually, I'll probably, hang on, I'm going to pause this and show you something else shortly. Hang on. Okay, guys, picking up where we left off, this is the solenoid pulled out of the car. So here's the trick. It's sitting in there like this. There's the back of the car. It's sitting in there under that dust cover I just showed you, like this. So what you got to do is, you see the clip here where my finger's touching? You want to probably release that first, because it's under that dust cover, and the dust cover won't come off on the one side because it's clipped down with one of those push clips. So the dust cover is kind of fighting you with the one hose. You can pull off this hose, sorry, I'm going to put this down. You can pull off this hose first. I shot some WD-40 in there to seep in here, loosen these hoses up ahead of time as well as the clip. I wanted everything to kind of be loose. So I shot everything with a touch of WD-40. And as you can see, it's clipped onto the body there. So you can just pry this off. And once you do that, it pops up and you can see the clip easier. This clip is a little tricky because it's got this wire clip on it. So it looks like it looks like it's a pinch thing, but it's really not. You kind of got to just peel it off. And it's sitting on there in this position, I believe, holding everything together. So yeah, it's sitting on in that position. Yeah. So that was the thing. Nobody really showed me how to get this thing out anywhere I looked. So these things, you definitely want to, loosen them up with some WD-40 so you don't break off the nipples in case this thing still works. And then the last one is pointing down towards the bottom of the car, that elbow. And that was the tougher one. But the thing was already unclipped because I unclipped it from its little metal clip there. Was able to see the end of the plug better, pulled that plug off by peeling the wire off, pulled this nipple off, then pulled that off. Now my theory on the push pin worked. I was able to use these plastic pry tools right here, and I actually had to put one under the other just to give myself a little more leverage, but I'll show you. So yeah, there's the dust cover with the plastic clip that I pulled out that went into that hole down there, and I'll wipe everything down in here, but you can see the two nipples. This is the upper nipple that covers that dust cover. That thing's kind of in the way, so once you get that, and then there's a lower one. Hopefully it didn't fall too far down the hole. It might have. Where did it go? Oh, there it is. It's not too bad. It's right here. Right there, if you can see it. Yeah. Okay, so that's that. I got the thing out. That's what they say is 90% of the time that's the issue. So I was able to keep my dust cover intact, my push pin intact. I was able to pull this little solenoid, and I'm going to do a little testing on it with my ohm meter, voltmeter, and go from there and maybe replace it. I think this is probably my culprit. But again, just work off the nipples easily. Unclip it first to get yourself a better grip on it, so then now it's up where you can grab it and pull those nipples off. And again, this wire has to be peeled off of it to get the clip out. Hope that helps you guys. I'll let you know in the next video if I resolve this issue. I'll have a part 2. There'll be a link down below. Again, I'll have the remote battery down below. I'll have a part number for this and a link to one of these down below. And I will give you an update later. Appreciate any likes and subscribes. Thanks again. Take care.